Greetings, Admirals! This is Admiral Yukon speaking. Welcome to the second tutorial video for Admirals of Ophiuchus, our upcoming spaceship combat simulator game. Today, we are diving into some of the more advanced features of the ship designer. Let's start with the grid system. Each grid is a three-dimensional orthogonal array of blocks. This system allows us to simulate large ships efficiently, but it can limit creativity. Thus, we introduce the option to have multiple grids. Each grid has its own position and orientation, and they are not limited to whole number coordinates. To edit a grid's position, click the Edit button in the Grid drop-down menu, then enter the grid name. From there, it is also possible to duplicate or mirror the entire grid. Properly connecting grids with different orientations could be slightly tricky. Thus, we allow for small overlaps and gaps between them. In the future, we will introduce an exterior editor tool, which will let you tweak the ship mesh by adding or modifying individual vertices, all without affecting the block structure. This will give you near unlimited control over your ship's appearance. There are several tools to simplify the building process of a ship. The first tool are mirrors. Each grid could have a mirror on the XY plane, YZ plane, and XZ planes. When a mirror is active, placing or removing a block also places or removes mirrored blocks in the corresponding positions. Using all three mirrors at once can place up to 8 blocks at once, as long as the mirrored positions are unobstructed and within allocated building space. Next, we have an area copy tool. To activate it, press C while in the normal mode. Click twice within the same grid to define a 3D selection area, including choosing level. This copies all blocks entirely within that volume. One more click pastes a copy of the selected area like a big block. You can rotate the selection or paste it into a different grid. Just keep in mind a couple of restrictions. First, the paste area cannot include big blocks. And second, it can't overlap the copied area. To choose another area to copy, restart the copy mode by pressing C twice. Next, we have a delete mode. It works the same way as copy mode, but it removes all blocks in the selected volume. And similarly, we have 2 more modes, to convert all light armor to heavy, or vice versa, in a 3D area. Just press L or H respectively. Projective mode is activated by hitting P while in the normal mode. In this mode, you can't place or remove blocks, but blocks from level below are rendered as well. Where below is depends on the selected view. It gives you a clear projection of what lies below your current slice. This same projection, but from the topmost level, is what we use to generate preview images for ships in the ship list. And the last mode we would like to inform you about is a comparison mode. It is entered by pressing F, or the button located on the right panel. This lets you view the stats of multiple ships side by side, making comparing them easier. Now, let's go over several block groups, which are sets of specific blocks placed in a certain pattern to unlock emergent functionality. The most common block groups are weapon barbettes. The block group has to be composed of up to 20 layers of rectangles, arranged right under a weapon. For turrets, the layers must be below the turret's base and all oriented with the arrow pointing to the turret. In the case of casemate weapons, barbettes can be located in only one of the possible directions. Each layer in the block group must use the same type of barbette. These types include turret base, which are always the top layer with as many layers as the turret is tall, autoloaders, which increase fire rate, precision aiming mechanisms, which extend firing range, turning mechanisms, which boost rotation speed, and additional clips, which increase the clip capacity. Turret base allow a turret to retract for repairs. Autoloaders and aiming mechanisms are most effective with projectile weapons, moderately effective on electromagnetic and missile weapons, and least effective with energy weapons. Much simpler to set up is a drone hangar block group. That could consist of hangars, hangar bays, launch tubes, runways, and drone assemblers. Each adds a specific amount of drone hauling capacity, or drone launching and landing speed. The placement requirement to consolidate multiple such blocks from the same grid into one block group is just a simple adjacency rule. To preload drones, open the drone selector from the right panel. You can assign drones to each hangar. Drones come in 4 sizes and can handle combat, support, or cargo roles. Just make sure your ship has enough CPU surplus to control them during battle. Another block group is the Shiphangar. There is only one block used for that. Arrange them into a hollow shape, all facing the same direction, and the face on that direction needs to have a full clearance out of the ship. The Shiphangar can contain one another smaller ship, as long as it fits inside. Some ship specializations can increase that size limit. A ship can be preloaded into the Shiphangar from the Shiphangar selector, similar to the drone selector. And finally, let's talk about ship classification. First, there is the ship type selector on the right panel. There, you classify the ship type as military, which is the default option, civilian, or station. The station option is not very important for now, but will play a much greater role later. Below that, there are 3 specialization slots. Available options depend on your ship type. Mind that some specializations are mutually exclusive, which is indicated with a red cross. Each specialization improves some aspect of the ship, like weapons range, durability, stealth capabilities, or cargo capacity. Hover over each one to see more information. The specialization Super improves the effect of the next specialization, or lowers the ship volume for size classification. More on that in a second. Except this one, the order of the other specializations does not matter, though they do appear in the ship's full name. Specializations' only drawback is that they increase the non-material price of the ship. Size classification is based on the total block volume, with a few exceptions. It affects the fleet points cost of the ship, the cost of CPU for softwares targeting this ship, base repair speed, and is also shown in the ship's full name. You will find a full classification table in the game documentation. Check the link below for that. If you ever need a quick refresher on tips in the ship designer, just press I. Thanks for sticking with us, Admirals. Next time we'll dive into fleet combat. Until then, follow the integrals, fear the formats. Grand Admiral Yukon out.